a celebration of hope introducing Easter Sunday. Easter Sunday, also known as Resurrection Sunday, stands as a beacon of hope and joy for Christians worldwide. It is a day that transcends cultural and geographical boundaries, uniting believers in a shared celebration of faith and renewal. The significance of this day is deeply rooted in the Christian tradition, symbolizing the triumph of life over death and the promise of eternal life. It marks the culmination of Holy Week, a time of deep reflection on the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Holy Week begins with Palm Sunday, commemorating Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem, and includes Maundy Thursday, which remembers the Last Supper, and Good Friday, the day of Jesus' crucifixion. Each of these days holds profound meaning and leads up to the joyous celebration of Easter Sunday. This special day commemorates the central miracle of the Christian faith, the resurrection of Jesus from the dead. According to the New Testament, Jesus was crucified, died, and was buried, and on the third day he rose again. This event is seen as the ultimate proof of Jesus' divine nature and his victory over sin and death. Easter is a time for rejoicing, for celebrating the victory of life over death, and for reflecting on the profound implications of Jesus' resurrection for all humanity. It is a day filled with joy, music, and the gathering of families and communities. Many traditions are associated with Easter, including the singing of hymns, the sharing of meals, and the giving of Easter eggs, which symbolize new life and rebirth. Easter Sunday reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope can triumph. The resurrection of Jesus is a powerful reminder that no matter how bleak our circumstances may seem, there is always the possibility of renewal and new beginnings. This message of hope is especially poignant in times of personal or collective hardship. It is a celebration of new beginnings, a time to reflect on the transformative power of faith, and an invitation to experience the joy and peace that come from knowing Jesus Christ as Lord. As we gather with loved ones and participate in the various traditions of Easter, we are reminded of the enduring power of faith and the promise of a brighter future. Whether through attending church services, sharing meals, or simply spending time with family, Easter offers a moment to pause, reflect, and embrace the hope that comes with the resurrection. The story unfolds: Jesus' journey to crucifixion. The story of Easter begins with Jesus' arrival in Jerusalem, where he was greeted by crowds hailing him as the Messiah. However, Jesus' teachings and actions challenged the religious and political authorities of the time. This led to his betrayal by Judas Iscariot and his arrest by the Roman authorities. After enduring a series of trials, Jesus was condemned to death by crucifixion, a common Roman method of execution. He was mocked, beaten, and forced to carry his own cross to Golgotha, the place of the skull, where he was crucified between two criminals. A week of solemnity and joy. The events of Holy Week. The events leading up to Easter Sunday are commemorated during Holy Week, a time of profound spiritual significance for Christians. This week is a journey through the final days of Jesus Christ, filled with moments of deep reflection, sorrow, and ultimately, joy. It is a time when believers come together to remember and honor the pivotal events that form the foundation of their faith. Each day of Holy Week holds special meaning, marking a different stage in Jesus' final journey. From his entry into Jerusalem to his resurrection, every moment is steeped in tradition and reverence. The week begins with Palm Sunday and culminates in the celebration of Easter Sunday, each day inviting the faithful to reflect on the profound mysteries of their faith. On Palm Sunday, Christians remember Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem, where he was greeted with palm branches and shouts of Hosanna. This event signifies the recognition of Jesus as the Messiah and sets the tone for the week ahead. The waving of palm branches is a symbol of victory and peace, reminding believers of the joyous welcome Jesus received. Maundy Thursday commemorates the Last Supper, where Jesus shared a final meal with his disciples and instituted the sacrament of Holy Communion. This day is also marked by the act of foot washing, symbolizing humility and service. The Last Supper is a poignant reminder of Jesus' teachings on love and sacrifice as he prepared his followers for the events to come. Good Friday marks the somber day of Jesus' crucifixion, a day of mourning and reflection on his sacrifice. It is a time for Christians to contemplate the immense suffering Jesus endured for the salvation of humanity. Services on this day are often solemn and reflective, with readings from the Passion narrative and moments of silence to honor the gravity of the occasion. Finally, Easter Sunday dawns, marking the glorious resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead. This day is the pinnacle of Holy Week, celebrating the victory of life over death and the promise of eternal life. Churches are filled with joy and celebration as believers proclaim, "He is risen." The resurrection is the cornerstone of Christian faith, offering hope and renewal to all who believe. Section 4. From darkness to dawn, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. According to the Gospels, on the third day after his burial, Jesus rose from the dead. The tomb where he had been laid was found empty, and various individuals, including Mary Magdalene and his disciples, encountered the risen Christ. These appearances were not hallucinations or visions, but physical encounters with the living Jesus. The resurrection is the pivotal event in Christian history, the cornerstone of Christian faith. It signifies the ultimate victory over death and the promise of eternal life for all who believe in him. Section 5. Symbols of New Life, Easter traditions around the world. Easter is celebrated with a rich tapestry of traditions and customs that vary across cultures and denominations. From the bustling streets of European cities to the serene countryside of Asia, each region brings its own unique flavor to the celebration. In some countries, elaborate parades and processions mark the occasion, while in others, it is a time for quiet reflection and prayer. One of the most widespread traditions is the Easter egg, a symbol of new life and resurrection. These eggs are often beautifully decorated, showcasing intricate designs and vibrant colors. In many cultures, the act of decorating eggs is a cherished family activity, passed down through generations. The eggs themselves can be made of chocolate, wood, or even precious metals, each carrying its own significance. Children eagerly participate in Easter egg hunts, searching for brightly colored eggs hidden by the legendary Easter Bunny. This tradition brings joy and excitement to the young ones as they race through gardens and parks, baskets in hand, hoping to find the most eggs. The Easter Bunny, a beloved character, is said to bring these eggs as a symbol of fertility and new beginnings. Sunrise services held at dawn on Easter Sunday are another popular tradition, symbolizing the rising of the sun and the hope of new beginnings. These services often take place outdoors, allowing worshippers to witness the first light of day as they gather to sing hymns and offer prayers. The serene and peaceful atmosphere of a sunrise service provides a moment of reflection and renewal for many. Churches are often adorned with lilies, representing purity and new life. These beautiful flowers, with their delicate white petals, are a common sight during Easter celebrations. The tradition of decorating churches with lilies dates back centuries and adds a touch of elegance and grace to the sacred spaces. The fragrance of the lilies fills the air, enhancing the spiritual experience for all who attend. Special Easter meals, often featuring lamb or ham, bring families and communities together to celebrate this joyous occasion. These feasts are a time for sharing and togetherness, with tables laden with delicious dishes and treats. In many cultures, the Easter meal is a time to give thanks and to enjoy the company of loved ones. Traditional recipes are often prepared, adding to the sense of continuity and heritage that defines the holiday.